A whole bunch of VTubers are getting banned out of nowhere, especially on YouTube, and it looks like it might not be stopping anytime soon. So this video is going to be in two parts. The first one is just going to be covering a quick ban that happened on Twitch, and then the rest of the video is going to be talking about a situation with a bunch of VTubers getting banned with no or little warning or strikes on their accounts, and it has been an ongoing trend. So the first VTuber in question is mother_v3, who is a very popular VTuber, and they made a Twitter post with a bunch of question marks. Attached is this photo from Twitch writing, "Hello, Mother V3. Twitch is committed to keeping our community safe for everyone, and as a part of that, we gotta abide by our TOS, yada yada. Reason, fraud," which is insane. I feel like it's very unheard of to see people banned for fraud. And we have Issa writing, "What?" And everyone in chat seems quite confused. Megalodon writes, "This happened to me before. Apparently it was a mistake on Twitch's part. At Twitch, please take a look at this." K Fluffy writes, "Another Twitch AI moderation L." And Eric Blackheart writes, "There seems to be a number of streamers who have lost their accounts because of fraud in the past couple of weeks. Definitely something going on at Twitch." And Mother in a second tweet says, "They said that the violation occurred in purchases, putting in appeal right now." And Nyanpan writes, "Oh, it might be the September bonus bits thing where Twitch flagged any account where Twitch's own bot gave bonus bits to those who received bits during September." And Syndicate says, "Yeah, this sounds like the bit fraud thing that was going around a while back. Twitch is a joke." And Nanobite continues, "This could be something about the whole thing where cheering bits would cause channels to get banned. There was an issue where some bit transactions were marked as fraudulent, and it seems like it hasn't been solved." And Miss Minerva says, "I wish you the best of luck. I know a few people falsely flagged for this. They could never reach a person, just auto-declined. I'd appreciate it to the moon and back if you find a way to get a human response or another way to file. Can you let me know?" Yeah, I really hope that Mother can get their account back. It's completely unfair they got banned for something that looks like to be a Twitch issue. It doesn't look like they did anything wrong. And this is so unfair, but from my experience seeing creators and VTubers get banned, the biggest thing to get a human response, unfortunately, is to be popular. It's to make posts on Twitter and social media platforms where the posts get a lot of traction and a lot of people tag Twitch. That seems to be kind of the only way that you can get a response from Twitch that's not their stupid automated bot. I'll have their tweet link down below if you would like to go and at Twitch in it to kind of like get more eyes on it. Hopefully they can get unbanned soon because that is completely unfair. And then now into the second part of the video, there is a whole bunch of VTubers getting bans off of YouTube for ASMR content, and it does not look like it's going to stop. So the first unfortunate VTuber that experienced this is Cottontail. And so on December 14th, they made a post writing, "So honored I got nominated for ASM Artist and LewTuber of the Year again. We may not have taken an award home tonight, but to be named amongst legends in both categories is insane to me. Thank you so much for the support," which is an extremely big thing to celebrate. And then unfortunately, 4 days later, Cottontail had to make this post, writing, "Hi at Team YouTube. You deleted my ASMR channel from YouTube after removing a single video. Said video didn't have any smex or nudity in it. I sincerely hope this was a mistake, as my channel did not deserve to get deleted off YouTube. Please fix this. Thanks." Attached is a screenshot from the communication from YouTube that reads, "Hi Cottontail via ASMR. We have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our SMEX and nudity policy. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube. We know this is probably very upsetting, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is safe." And the severe violation wording is absolutely crazy. And the sexual and nudity policy. Joel's replies, "YouTube lock in, wake up." Bao says, "F YouTube, holy shit." And YouTube replied, "The first step here is to appeal, which sends your channel directly to our policy team and they'll follow up with you over email. You can appeal in studio or via this form. You can also view your appeal confirmation and anticipated review time in studio." And then on December 20th, Cottontail quote retweeted their tweet, writing, "The appeal was denied, even though there was nothing sexual or nude on the ASMR channel. Thanks, YouTube. You're doing an amazing job at making creators never want to use your platform." And people aren't happy. Ricky VT writes, "This is why I'm so hesitant to continue YouTube and have fallen out of love with the platform as of late. If you do not make child-friendly content, farm content, you will automatically hit with every flag, mature rating, and ban under the sun. I hope this gets overturned for you. This is why multiple backups are important." I'm sorry, I can't pronounce their name. Blitzy writes, "This is like the fourth case I've seen of this, and just when I was planning on using their site as a creator more. Yeah, that's not happening for the foreseeable future, I fear. This is unreasonable and uncalled for." And this has happened to a lot of other creators. We have a post from a VTuber. This was under that second post made by Cottontail by a VTuber by the name of Rosie Bell Moo, or Rosie, writing, "This is my last plea to at Team YouTube. I do not expect they will be any more transparent to me or anyone else this status affects. I only want one question answered. How long does this last for? That's it. No one can tell me that. And since the status, 8 videos have been falsely rated incorrectly by YouTube's AI. They do this when you incorrectly rate your videos. I made 2 mistakes, but YouTube's system made 8 mistakes that I had to wait and get appealed. And even after all 8 were appealed, the same status on my account. Even in literal prison, they tell you when your sentence ends. Sorry, I'm just laughing because that was a funny statement, but this is a fucked up scenario. What do you do when this happens, you may wonder? Well, YouTube will tell you, quote, keep posting videos and we will trust you more over time if you're accurate with your self-ratings, end quote. It has been months now and your AI systems made more mistakes than I did. I want to take you seriously, YouTube. Tell me how long this lasts. Tell me, even if it matters, your system was wrong literally 4 times as much as me, and if that changes my good standing any more or less. And you guys should know transparently from me, since they will refuse to be, that this status means an AI will double and triple check your vids on upload, meaning it will lessen your viewership while it does this. Please like and share if you could. I appreciate you reading. Here are the receipts. I tried to handle this all behind closed doors, so I figured better to share publicly that this does not work. There is no system that works with a hidden credit system that you blindly have to believe in with no end date. That usually would be a clear indicator of a scam, by the way. So this is the status effect, which reads, it looks like you have made some mistakes on recent videos. In the past 90 days, YouTube rated 2 of your videos as limited ads. You gave none of those videos the same rating. When your input proves to be accurate, we can use it when determining if your videos are suitable for ads. And the 2 videos that were flagged. And then all of the false flags from YouTube's AI. And Lydia Nikozawa writes, I'm pretty sure it's 90 to 120 days from your last incorrect rating. Insane when you can't really tell what you even did wrong or they rate your videos incorrectly. And Rosie had written, hey, YouTube trying their best to make sure even when we do get to keep our channel, we get punished for the things we didn't do. Silly little quirky AI messed up for me 8 times so far. Victoria the Sun Eater writes, they nuked my VOD channel too, so I feel you on this. Sorry it happened to you, it sucks. And under Cottontail's first post, we have more VTubers talking about their experience. We have Kitneck VT writing, they just completely removed my monetization as well. I appealed, they denied it. I never had a warning, no video removals, nothing. My ASMR content was anxiety calming. It's gonna be okay type stuff. They refused to say what video caused this. It's such a disappointment. It was my proudest accomplishment and they ruined it. I'm so sorry to know I'm not the only VTuber hit with this. It isn't just you and I either. And I think it's completely fair, in my opinion, for a platform to utilize their, whatever safety restrictions and features, but to not tell the creator what they did wrong, in my opinion, is fucked up, because how are people supposed to learn and correct the behavior that you deem to be incorrect if you don't tell them what it is? Like, it's not fair to measure people up to a standard that you don't tell them what the standard is, right? Because if you have this thing of like no sex and nudity, well, these creators are not doing smex and nudity, they are doing ASMR. So if ASMR is not allowed, or whispering ASMR is not allowed in this case, right, then you need to be clear about it. It's fine to enforce like safety boundaries, but it's not fine to do that when you don't tell people what said boundaries are. Day VT writes, I was a smaller ASMR creator, but had the same ban on one video and next day a full removal of my channel. Got a bot response back after an appeal and never got mine returned. It's so sad to see this happen to other VTubers and hope yours gets fixed though. And Uninia writes, they're targeting ASMR channels. My favorite ones were deleted over the past few weeks. They don't seem to care and the channels or videos haven't been back after appeals. People seem to get ignored or rejected. Best of luck with yours. And Kitty Minx ASMR says, if your audios have any mouth sounds, especially kisses, more than a nanosecond in ear licking or eating, it puts all of your content on YouTube's chopping block. They won't even say why. And some people in the comment section had this theory, with Dream Pyre writing, I'm under the impression YouTube and Twitch are trying to get rid of VTubers off their platforms. I believe they see VTubers as a direction they never wanted for their platforms, since it provides an amount of anonymity and different communities that don't match their vision. And here another creator had commented under that post with their experience, and the VTuber goes by the name of Kumo Goro Goro, who goes by Kumo writing, why did YouTube take my video down? This is not sexually explicit. I say, it was nice though, your ears are all cold. Hold on, I'm gonna warm them. Tell me how that's sexual. If I attempt to appeal, are you going to auto-deny me? And this was the video and the part that it was flagged for. So Kumo writes, are collarbones too much skin now? Would you like me to wear a hijab? I just got a false strike for my ASMR on my account that crippled my reach for a quarter of the year. Please have an actual human look at the strike. I don't know what to do. I don't want to strike, but whenever I appeal, they deal me harsher punishments, and I don't want to lose my YouTube. I've worked so hard to become a YouTube partner, but if I don't get an actual human to review this appeal and you use AI that denies me, I'd lose my partnership. And in a quote retweet to that post, Kumo writes, hey, they did this to me yesterday and it was absolutely not sexual. If you appeal it, tell me how it goes because I'm too scared to appeal because I know their system is built to punish you for appealing. And LV writes, what's the punishment for an appeal? If you already lost your channel, what more do you have to lose? And Kumo says, sorry, I didn't explain it well because it's late at night. My channel isn't yet for deletion, but if my appeal is denied, it is. I believe if you appeal a deleted channel but own more than one, you may also lose the other. I honestly don't know how their punishment games work. And Casper says, yeah, if they sure ban your account from YouTube, any other email had linked to that channel might also get banned. And Jack says, if they delete your channel, they delete all of your channels, even if you don't appeal. And if you have other accounts and they find it, they delete those too, apparently according to guidelines. It is a very extreme permanent exile from their systems as a whole. But other people like Luna say, you guys keep pushing the limits on every platform you operate on, so I'm not surprised whenever people run into issues. Like, you really want to pretend you don't know what you're doing here. Look, I'm gonna say, this argument makes sense to me in some cases, right? With like the sexual clothing guidelines, where people are like, why do they get banned? But they're showing like astronomical amounts of hip. I don't think it's fair, but we know that Twitch had banned VTuber hips, so they need to be fully covered with like boxer briefs or whatever. And so if you still wear like a string bikini bottom, Twitch will ban that. You can't be surprised if it does happen. I don't think it's fair, but there's that. But I personally like ASMR, right? I listen to it almost every single night to go to sleep. And in my opinion, it's not sexual. Even the like kind of like mommy voices, that is not a sexual thing. It's just people are whispering, because if ASMR doesn't work, if you talk in a normal room, like if you talk at a normal talking volume, it's not very soothing. So you do need to whisper a little bit and be quiet so it is soothing. That's just how it works. There are some sexual ones where it's like some of the girlfriend boyfriend roleplay ones get a little into it, but for the most part, it's not like that. So I don't think this is a case where people are like pushing the limits and they're doing like smexy time ASMR, right? Like in the Kumo's case, we heard it. If you don't listen to ASMR, it might sound a little like, whoa, what is that to you? But that is very normal in the ASMR world. I listen to a lot of ASMR. It's a very common thing. But unfortunately, Cottontail had to make another post today as of filming December 21st rating. So Team YouTube took the music channel and all of my backup channels too. Quote, community guidelines, end quote. Can't have shit on YouTube. And Fifi says, at Team YouTube, please look into this. And Massey says, bro, what? At Team YouTube, just delete the VODs you don't like. Don't just nuke the entire thing, hater. Which I personally agree. Like, if you completely nuking the channel out of the blue with no warning is absolutely crazy. And unfortunately, Cottontail wasn't the only VTuber that was affected. Here we have a VTuber by the name of Epico VTuber, writing, my Christmas present from at Team YouTube, the termination of my entire channel. Here's what happened. I received a strike, appealed it, and they supposedly reviewed it. The strike was lifted, but then 1 minute later, I received an email that my account was terminated. I've appealed and have been rejected. How can a platform preach fairness and transparency while pulling stunts like this? They expect creators to adhere to their vague and changing guidelines, yet they can't even uphold consistent standards for their own processes. Meanwhile, people exploit the system with mass reporting campaigns, weaponizing the platform's flawed enforcement to silence creators unfairly. This feels targeted, plain and simple. Years of effort, dedication, and a thriving community of 20,000 wiped out with no real explanation. And for what? A flawed system that's more interested in silencing creators than supporting them? It's disheartening and infuriating that creators are treated as disposable, even after pouring their hearts into building something meaningful. Is this really how YouTube rewards hard work? And the photo says Epico was removed from YouTube. And then Ebby made a second tweet writing, going through these 5 stages of grief in 1 minute via email. And as you can see, we have an email from YouTube, and these are literally all 1 minute apart. There's only 1 minute between the 3 emails. So this one reads, hi, Ebico. We reviewed your appeal for the following video. Ebico Highlights spent 2K on gacha. After taking another look, we can confirm that your content does not violate our specs and then the next post by YouTube. YouTube age restricted your content. Hello, Ebico. It looks like Ebico Highlights spent 2K on gacha may not be appropriate for younger audiences under our community guidelines. We placed an age restriction on it. And then the third email reads, hello, Ebico. We have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our SMEX and nudity policy. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube. There's no way. This is insane. There's no way YouTube approved the video, confirmed it did not violate it, and then deleted their entire channel in 1 minute. Venom says, wait, so first they say it doesn't violate TOS, then they throw an age restriction on it, followed by an account termination within a minute, and Ebby says, yep. Official Dr. Lex says, bro, the same thing happened to me. YouTube sent me a, quote, non-strike warning, end quote, a day later, 2 more in less than an hour, and then my channel elimination due to sexual content. I don't know what's happening. And Bao replies, how is this allowed at all? And Ebby says, how can we go from, oops, we'll remove the strike to, well, terminated in 1 minute, dude. Tweets, Not really sure how I can go from your content doesn't violate our terms to your account is terminated within 1 minute of each other, but what do I know? Careful review and all. And the photo attached are the 2 emails, with one email showing that your content doesn't violate our policies. Then the next email reading, we have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our SMEX and nudity policy. And because of this, we've removed your channel. And they literally were 1 minute apart. And then YouTube replies, we understand how important this is for you. Mind sharing your channel URL so we can take a closer look. Ebby puts the URL and YouTube says, it looks like you've already appealed and received an email outlining the final decision. We know it wasn't the outcome you were hoping for, but there's nothing more we can do on our end as these decisions are made very carefully. Appreciate your understanding. And Ebby writes, what do I do now if my channel won't be reinstated? You don't allow us to create another, so am I just done with YouTube forever? I implore you to reconsider. Remove the content in violation and give me back my account. This means everything to me at YouTube. Delete my content if needed, but don't terminate my entire account or the community I've built. You don't allow us to create a new account, and I only had 1 strike. This feels unjust for creators who have invested so much into their work. And by the way, if you aren't already familiar with this, YouTube has a strike limit. So on 3 copyright strikes, you get banned permanently. But completely nuking a channel on 1 strike is crazy. And then Ebby says, it's okay, guys. They've, quote, reviewed it carefully, end quote, with an email from YouTube stating that they've reviewed their channel and have confirmed that it violates the SMEX and nudity policy. Aries Cutie writes, unfortunately, they don't care. I try my best to get my channel back. I heard from another VTuber they had to get a lawyer to reinstate their channel. And Kai Dragon Media says, did they specify why? The only other option is to reach out to a lawyer. I have seen legality cause YouTube to reverse decisions. Once you're banned, sadly. I have seen people make new channels still, but I thought once banned, it was for life. There is a lot of vagueness, unfortunately. Pied Piper says, I really hate that their community guidelines are so vague and that they never really say what the violation was made. It's lazy. And Kai says, that's what I fear is going to happen with the new title and thumbnail changes. You will likely see a lot of folks being yeeted off the platform. And I suppose this is referring to the new A/B testing they're rolling out. Chaotic Harley Quinn says, yeah, didn't something similar happen with Ira Mouse's VOD channel recently as well? She lawyered up and got it back. And yeah, it was deleted and now it's back again. And Cerno says, I know some started uploading their VODs to Patreon with free memberships. YouTube is becoming a pain. And this is even crazier. Ebby makes another tweet writing, here's the scoop. My editor uploads the videos to a secondary monetized channel first to ensure it passes YouTube's checks without any issues. No flags, no concerns. However, the same video is uploaded to my main channel, it's suddenly mass reported and taken down. It's hard not to feel like this is a targeted effort. And Rosie says, real question, but did you have the status on your account? Because it seemed like the bot went wild for me after receiving it. I appealed every single video from it and got approved, but it still applies to me apparently. And that was the one that I showed you, about you might have made some mistakes on recent videos about flagging it for ads. And Ebby says, I have never seen this bot. Blonde says, bro, this is actually insane. I am so sorry, Ebby. I recently contacted YouTube support via live chat for help, super small account related issue. And they basically couldn't do more than give me an FAQ guide that I already stated didn't answer my question. And then I was told basically I couldn't get help further unless I was a YouTube partner. Man, oh man, this really motivates me to want to put my content on their platform, all right. And Raid Tsukino says, it's a targeted campaign. Someone or a group is probably hijacking and misusing automated reporting systems, and YouTube is too lazy to task a human with making sure they're all legit because there's too many instances. Sakiba says, there's 100% people out there hate reporting you and others on YouTube, but it's sad AF that they allow it to ruin channels because that's their system's fault. It's ridiculous that there's, quote, how to shave your privates, end quote, videos, but VTubers being funny is too much. But this doesn't just seem to be a VTuber issue, this seems to be like an ASMR issue in general. It does tie into VTubers as well, though. I found this post on Reddit from 3 years ago in r/virtual YouTubers, posted by user such ad 3286, writing, many VTubers doing ASMR on YouTube may be at risk of channel bans. And it reads, a lot of Japanese VTubers are currently worried about this issue. I have not seen discussion of it in many English sources yet. YouTube's policies have been updated to include a child safety policy. You will see there that, amongst other things, it is prohibited to, quote, show activities that could draw undesired attention to the minor, such as performing body contortions or ASMR, end quote. By law, a minor is a real person under the legal age of majority, usually 18. However, when it comes to VTubers, they seem to be using a different definition of what constitutes a minor, specifically including any character who appears like they might be under the age of 18, which of course includes most characters in an anime style. Several channels are believed to be banned for this reason without any prior warning, including, and I apologize for butchering the names, Mutoshio, Tsukushi Arya, and Momonya Miyu. Despite appeals, including by managers, the accounts have not been reinstated and the rules have not been clarified further. The following do not seem to matter: that the performer is not a minor, meaning there is no actual child safety implication, that the character is stated to be an adult, that the ASMR is not sexual in nature. As a result, many VTubers are potentially at risk of having their whole channel shut down if they do ASMR, including variety streamers who do it rarely. Some from groups like React and Agohiri's High School and some indies have privated all their old ASMR archives and will be moving future ASMR to other platforms. A lot more have posted worried messages on Twitter. With a strict reading of the rules, even very safe ASMR channels like Ono Machi Haruka and Ursid's could be considered in violation. The total number of channels that have been banned for this so far are small, but even if no more channels will be removed for this reason, the chilling effect will be significant. I don't want to exasperate the fear-mongering, but unless YouTube clarifies the policy, it is difficult to say what exactly is allowed. Ironically, the ASMR least likely to trigger this policy might be some of the more sexualized, things like NTR and OL. This isn't the first time ASMR has been targeted by YouTube, and it won't be the last. But this one seems specifically bad for VTubers simply because anime characters look like they might be underage. And here's what some other commenters had to say, with user Nosebleed writing. And again, this is from 3 years ago, but it seems to have been something that has been going on for a while. And it reads, edit. I figured I'd include this before it's too late, but this is just information I got from an acquaintance I know who reviews content for YouTube. I am not a YouTube spokesperson, and this is not advice. I just wanted to share information that could be of reference. I was curious about this since I was pretty sure this had always been the policy, so I checked in with a content reviewer for YouTube I personally know, somebody who actually works for YouTube. They put it pretty simply. If in the ASMR they sound and or look like a child, then it is in violation of the policy and must be struck down. That includes lolly voices and characters. 3 strikes and your channel gets deleted. YouTube employees always act out of an abundance of caution when it comes to children, and they will not care if your setting is a 3,000-year-old dragon lolly. If all they see is a childish-looking 2D avatar and it sounds like a kid, then they will assume it's a kid and thus in violation of the policy. So yeah, basically avoid ASMR on YouTube if you believe YouTube employees will see your avatar or hear your voice as childlike. Otherwise, you are certainly risking violating the policy. And OP replies, I'm not saying you're wrong, but at least in the cases I've listed, there was no warning and no content strike. The channel just went from good standing to gone overnight. So unless the reviewers are assigning multiple strikes for multiple instances without giving any opportunity to bring the channel into compliance, which would kind of defeat the purpose of the system, that part of your explanation still doesn't make much sense to me. As for who is affected, it isn't clear. At least to the Japanese streamers that I follow, it's only the people with lolly avatars or high-pitched voices. Anime-style characters don't look very different, whether they're 16 or 26. Even in real life, you can't necessarily tell based on appearance alone. Even if it's an overreaction, I think a lot of VTubers are going to be moving their ASMR offsite. And I will say, the VTubers that we're covering today don't seem to fall into that category whatsoever. In my personal opinion, I don't think any of the VTubers mentioned would be classed as a lolly, but YouTube could be different and maybe they just see, oh, anime girl, haha. But again, this looks to be something that is beyond just VTubers and straight into ASMR content in general. Here we have Emily Uwu, who is a full-time ASMR content creator and streamer, writing, then this was a year ago, by the way, a year and a half ago, on May 20th, 2023. YouTube permanently banned my channel and account. I was using YouTube as a means to store 2 years worth of custom ASMR and Patreon videos. I have no one to blame but myself. If you're a creator who stores unlisted and privated videos on YouTube, I suggest you remove them ASAP. I'm working on solutions. Thank you for your patience. And Emily says, this was in their email to me. We have permanently removed your channel from YouTube. Going forward, you won't be able to access, possess, or create any other YouTube channels, end quote. And here is another case of a very large creator getting banned for ASMR content on YouTube. It is Amouranth. And this is a post written by Dextero August 21st, 2024, titling YouTube terminates Amouranth's ASMR channel for sexual content. And this was Amouranth's tweet writing, hey at Team YouTube, I uploaded an ASMR and my whole channel suddenly got removed without warning. I was just brushing the mic with a paintbrush. And YouTube have replied with, update, our policy team confirmed the termination was correct. You can read through this article for more info on the nudity and sexual content policy that led to this decision. Appreciate your understanding of our need to make this tough call. And then we have this article from Dextero, September 17th, 2024, and it reads, YouTube gives Amouranth her channel back, but not really. So it all started with Amouranth's ASMR channel ban, and then the article states that a couple weeks later, Amouranth was blindsided when her main account and a personal one she uses for watching videos were also deleted. And the article states, quote, it suddenly got removed without warning. There were no strikes or infractions, end quote. The model explained in a since deleted thread on X. Quote, what's next? You're going to take out my Gmail, thereby forcing me to use Bing, end quote. And Dextero sources confirmed that Amouranth's channel was deleted due to ban evasion because she was active on those profiles when her ASMR account had been terminated. Although her ASMR account remains banned, the Google-owned platform has since reinstated her main channel. But there's a big problem, and the TLDR is that she, according to YouTube's guidelines, is not allowed to actually upload videos onto the main account if her ASMR account is still banned. And as of now, the ASMR channel for Amouranth is still down. This does not look to be just a VTuber thing, although we do know that VTubers have been unfairly targeted by Twitch and also what looks like YouTube as well, but this is also a case of ASMR content in general getting flagged by YouTube for being smexual. When, again, I listen to a lot of ASMR and almost all of them is not smexual in nature. There is that like minor percentage that can be, right, if the creator chooses to do so, but like 99.999% of cases it is not, and it is just completely just in lines with what is regularly expected with ASMR content. And it really saddens me to see that this is happening with content that I personally also really enjoy consuming, because it's not harmful or smexual or nude in any way, shape, or form. Right? It just helps you go to sleep. I am really sorry to all of the creators that are getting unfairly banned by YouTube and Twitch, right? With Mother in the beginning getting banned for fraud. I think it's completely unfair, and I really hope that YouTube kind of gets their act straight and one, has actual humans to go and review the suspensions and bans they're handing out, but second, to just clarify what is allowed and what isn't allowed. Even though Twitch is like really annoying, at least about their practices with their bans, at least they're slowly trying to like tell you why you're getting banned and what is allowed and what isn't. But YouTube historically has seemed like they have not given any forethought to that and have not told you why, and will only slap you with a really, really broad label for your content that your content didn't even fall under. I hope these creators' accounts can get reinstated. Fingers crossed. But if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Wow, my cat had the zoomies right now. I also have an Etsy shop if you want to check it out. I sell digital goods and stuff, and I have a coffee, which I have like art for free on there. And I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.